Alright, today we're going to be doing reckmore by alkali. This is alkali's newest map and the current weekly. I do not like this map. It just abuses 2.2 so much. And like the camera angles are all weird. I like 2.1 more than 2.2 because of the camera features. Like it just zooms out randomly and it's a lot less fun than like actual like static camera modes. Because like with camera modes, you can easily see what you're doing. And alkali abuses a lot of what this map could have been. Like all of the 2.2 stuff would have been great if he hadn't abused all of it. Like there's so much moving stuff as well, but that's not really the main part. It's mainly the gameplay and how all the transitions occur. Like look at this, like this camera angle's fine, it's okay. But then you look at, okay, that was my fault. But then you look at like the last ship and you could kind of see why the gameplay is not good. Because it just zooms out and you can't really see that well. And you have to dodge all of the squares. And also, like, when it comes to the transitions, there's a bunch of fade to black parts that immediately throw you into some really difficult gameplay, especially at the drop. That happens a lot. But yeah, this is not really a good map. I would not really recommend it. Like, I'd recommend some of the, like, more popular 2.2 lemons. But this might become more popular than the ones I'm really trying to talk about. Okay, this part's just straight up garbage. Because, like, the timings are so awkward. And I just don't know why they're awkward, but they just are. They just feel really awkward. I mean, there are some good parts like this part. It actually feels like it goes together, but this part just feels so awkward. Same thing with the UFO. Like when you die in practice at the final UFO, it's really difficult to actually find a good part to stay. I do think the swing copters were done greatly though, which is a lot better than chromatics. So that's something I like. The swing copters are actually fun, but they're only there for like 2 seconds and then they're gone. There's only 2 1-second swing copter sections. Because nobody really uses swing copter. Everyone just uses 2.1 game modes with 2.2 camera features, which are obvious, which like I guess I can understand, but I don't really think that the camera features are the best part of 2.2 because they get abused so much, which is like why I like more static gameplay, because it's like much easier to read and to learn than just having to memorize where to go when the camera zooms all the way out or all the way in. Like but like this is a lemon, so. And I also think that some of the cameras are done right. It's just not all of them are. Quite a decent amount of them are just random. Alright. And then this part right there is really bad because you still have to spam off screen. And I clicked there, but it didn't register for some reason. I'm already halfway done with this, but I have to repeat this because this is how weeklies work. Even though in reality, you should only have to be able to beat weeklies once and get the stars. It should just be like diamonds that are being used instead of stars. Not really because I don't like stars, but because it makes the game a lot better to compete with. Since this is like only my 10th weekly I've ever beaten. So like if you want to go into the top 5, it's going to be physically impossible because they've all beaten dailies and weeklies before you have. Like the competition between the entire top 3 is who has beaten more dailies and more weeklies, instead of Oh, come on, I clicked there. You instead it's basically who has beaten the most amount of stars and the most amount of and re-beaten the most amount of dailies and weeklies. Because you have to like rebeat dailies and weeklies if you actually want them, which is not a great plan for RobTop, because that makes the leaderboards a lot more biased towards those who have completed more dailies and weeklies. Like if I suddenly turned out to have beaten every single daily and weekly, I could just be able to beat as much maps as I want, and nobody's going to be able to take the lead away from me if I have the ability to complete extremes extremely fast, because that means I can beat everything really fast. Which I think that's what Smithy did. Smithy beat a bunch of dailies and weeklies early on, and then continued to beat like everything that was in his ability to beat. And that's how he gained the top spot, but no one can gain that top spot because they haven't beaten enough dailies and weeklies, or they haven't beaten enough extremes or insanes. That's spam, because Smithy took advantage of that quickly. Alright, and then you... Oh, this gameplay is so confusing. Like, look at all those weird camera angles. Alright. Need another spam section. Can barely tell where I'm going. Alright, this part's good. And then you go all the way up, and then you click that, and then you're done. Well, I have to rebeat it, but I'm still done with this. And I get to claim my reward, which is... Alright, I'll... Really? I have 99 lava shards. Come on. That's just mean. Alright then.